Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are getting ready for first date, blind date, hinge date, all of the above. I was too nervous on the actual day of my first date to film this makeup look. I really thought about it. I was like, okay, I'm gonna film a YouTube video, and I was just so nervous. I knew it, like, I wasn't gonna be myself on camera. I was so freaking nervous. So I decided, the date happened like 5 days ago. I decided to recreate the look for you, tell you about the date, give you the juicy deets, and just do my makeup with you guys. A little like chit chat, get ready with me, if you will. So this makeup look is, you know, glowy, pretty natural. It's kind of just like enhancing like my best features, putting my best foot forward, but still looking a little bit glam while doing so. Oh, ladies and gents, we do have a second date with this guy, so definitely stay tuned for the whole story. I'm excited for you to look into, peer into my love life, if you will. So if you guys want to hear all the juicy deets and see how I got this makeup look right here, just keep watching. All right, let's get started with my favorite primer. This is the Clinique Superprimer Universal Face Primer. I feel like I talk about this all the time. I really love it. It is my trusty go-to. Really works with every foundation. I think it is just so moisturizing. Even though I have like combo skin, it's not too moisturizing that you know, my foundation breaks down because of the oils. I think it's just so perfect. I feel like it really is a very universal face primer, which is said in the title of the product. So for foundation, I'm gonna go with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the shade 102. I really love this foundation. It has been with me through a lot of like really big events, like my prom, weddings. This is like my go-to foundation when I like really know I need something to last and make me look flawless. This is just my go-to. And I finally got a makeup sponge again. I just picked this up from the drugstore. I know in the last few videos I have been complaining about the fact that I don't have one because I didn't apply makeup from about March to now. So I just threw out my pre-existing Real Techniques one because it was just dusty, old. It was time for a replacement, and I finally picked one up, so I'm really proud of myself for that. So the technique here is really just dotting it all over my face and then blending it in with the Real Techniques sponge, and then also getting it down my neck as well, although this foundation's a pretty good match for me, I will say. And for the date, I actually broke out my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. Mine is in the shade NW15. I almost never break out this concealer, or I was really scared of it when I first bought it just because it was pretty full coverage, but I think, you know, there are more full coverage things out there now. Like I would definitely say probably the Tarte Shape Tape and the e.l.f. Camo Concealer are heavier coverage than this. At this point, I think just back in the day when MAC Pro Longwear Concealer was like the bee's knees, this was considered like the holy grail in terms of full coverage, but I would say at this point it's a pretty standard coverage for what's available in the industry. The night that I was getting ready for the date, I was like, I want something that's gonna make me look really flawless and good, so I broke this out and I was really happy with it. So speaking of the date, I might spill a little tea on it. It actually went really well, which was awesome. So a little bit of background, I was in a 2-year relationship, from July 2018 to June 2020. I basically had a breakup in June. I was a mess. All happened for the best, but I was really like, I needed to go home and spend like 7 weeks with my family type of broken. I needed some major like Kira repair, like get in touch with myself type of stuff. But that happened, I mean, like 8 months ago now, and I finally like crossed that hurdle where like I don't think about him every day anymore, you know, like I finally like fully processed that breakup, and I'm really in a place where I'm ready to like actually start dating again. So for this date, I did take this Revlon Candid powder. It was new to me and I was really excited about it because Casey Holmes was really raving about it. I didn't love how it sat on my skin, but I'm gonna stay true to the routine that I did the day of and apply it. I don't know, maybe my skin was just having like a bit of a dry day, but I was not loving how this sat on the skin. We'll see if maybe today I feel a little bit differently. So anyways, I've been on dating apps for months now. I mean, I was pretty quick to be like, I'm getting back out there and I'm gonna go on dates and I'm single, but like that was not the right way to handle it. Obviously, like a few weeks later, I was not ready to start dating again or get back into the game. Like I really needed to focus on myself, but I think it was just a way to distract myself from like everything that was going on. I don't recommend doing that if you are going through a breakup. I can also do like another video on like my best breakup tips. I've had 2 pretty terrible breakups at this point, so I feel like I have a good amount of tips to give. So looking up close at my skin right now, I'm still not loving how this is sitting on my skin. I just feel like it's not very blurring. I feel like it just like emphasizes texture and my pores, and I'm not super loving that powder so far. Usually I really love Casey Holmes' recommendations, so I'm kind of surprised that this is not working out for me. For bronzer, this is just no surprise. It's the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Nobody here is at all surprised. This is my go-to always, although I did just purchase the matte version of this, so we'll see what I think about it. Probably coming up in a video soon, so stay tuned. So anyways, back to dating life. I went on my first date after the breakup, I think in late August. So, you know, almost like 2 months had passed. I felt like, you know, I was ready to at least try again. The date went horrible. Like, forget about me maybe not being in like the best headspace. That guy and I were never gonna see each other again, regardless of the circumstances. It went so bad. We like were not even interested in like being friends. We were just very different people. We talked about our work the whole time. We both knew it too. We hugged after the date like half-heartedly and was like, this is fine. Well, you know, I'll text you. We should do this again. And we both did not mean it. So I never heard from him again. I never reached out to him again. We knew when we parted ways that evening, we were never gonna see each other ever again. So for blush, I did take this discontinued Physicians Formula blush and apply it on the day of the date. But because it's literally my favorite thing in the world, but I will not use that for the sake of this video and rubbing it in your faces. So I'm gonna take the CoverGirl Instant Cheekbones in the shade Peach Perfection. I'm gonna take this middle shade and apply it. So after that date in August that went horribly, I was like, nope, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna meet somebody organically, even though we're in the middle of a pandemic. And obviously that did not happen. I think I've always been a little bit scared of apps because I always feel like I'm not gonna meet like my person that way. Like I'm gonna meet my person like organically, like through, I don't know, a friend of a friend or at a bar or something like that. So I mean, I've kept my dating profile up there, like on Hinge, Tinder, Bumble. And you know, I'll like look at guys who like me on Hinge. Hinge is my main app to go to. I really like it. I feel like it's more about like getting to know the person. I feel like people are a little bit more serious on that app, rather than Tinder. And Bumble, so much work on my part. I just can't be bothered. Hinge just feels like more natural to me. So anyways, I matched with this guy on Hinge. What should we call him? I'm obviously not gonna call him by his real name. I think I'm gonna call him Finance Boy. I think that's gonna be his name moving forward. And for highlight, I'm sorry to do it to you, but of course I use my Jaclyn highlighter palette, and I use the top shade Gleam. I will really try to stop using this palette in future videos because I know that this is not available. I don't know if they're gonna bring it back. I really hope they do. But I did use this shade Gleam. So I matched with Finance Boy on Hinge, and I was like, this guy's just like cute. He just like had like the it factor. And I don't know, like everything in his bio in terms of like the text that was in there, he was like, I like steak, I like potatoes, I like my Peloton, and I said, I love steak, I love potatoes, and I love my Peloton. So I was like, okay, there's something, you know, something interesting about him. And so it just kind of naturally progressed, and he asked me what I was doing last weekend, and I was like, well, you said that we were like destined to like get drinks because we had that in common. Basically, I was just flirting with him. So I think on a Friday we made plans to get drinks on a Saturday, and that was that. Okay, now priming my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer. And then for eyeshadow, I actually went into the Urban Decay Naked palette, which I had no idea they're no longer selling. Is this news to like everybody except me? I had no idea they were no longer selling the Naked palette. This was huge news to me when I recently looked at it, was trying to find it on Sephora, because I recently did a tutorial with this palette. If you have not watched it, I'll link it here. Go watch it. It's a pretty good tutorial, if I do say so myself. I liked the look that I came up with. So I first took the shade Naked and just started to buff that around my crease. Yeah, after using it in that tutorial, I was like, okay, I forgot how much I do like this palette, and the matte browns are just so good and neutral, so I decided to use it for date night. So anyways, where was I in my story? Finance boy and I are meeting up at a bar. It's Saturday. We both ended up being like a few minutes late to the date for like separate reasons. I got lost. His Uber was taking forever to get there, but it was totally fine. I felt like conversation was like flowing really naturally. He was, I don't know, he's fun, and it was just like, it was a very natural connection, which was really nice. And we were both like, by the end, like 3 drinks deep, and we were like, this is going really well. Let's go to like a different bar. So we ended up going to a different bar because the place that we were at was closing. So I think we were there for like 2.5 hours, which kind of just like flew by, and we were just like talking, and then we went to another bar, and then that shut down. So I think like we finally called it quits at like 11, but it went really, really well. And I don't know, I was so nervous for it, and I feel like Finance Boy restored my faith in actually just like going for it, going on dates with people on Hinge, and like putting myself out there again, because God knows that guy I went out with in August was horrible. It just totally scarred me and made me not want to use dating apps ever again. Okay, and then I took Buck in my outer crease and just started to build that up just for some definition. I didn't go too crazy. I didn't want to like go super glam. I wanted something like kind of glowy and natural, but nothing like too amped up. I wanted to like show my natural beauty, but like enhance it a little. So anyways, Finance Boy and I have plans to go out next Saturday. He wanted to go out this Saturday, but I've had plans for a while to go home and see my family. So I told him, sorry to make you wait, but it has to wait until next Saturday. And he already made reservations for us. It's at this really nice bar in the city, and I'm honestly really excited for it. Yeah, I've been thinking about him this week, and like, I don't know, like, do I text him? Like, he said he's like not a big texter, so I don't know. I mean, I'm still like, I'm getting into the game, like for real. Like the last person I dated, I started in college, so like it wasn't like real world dating. It was still, you know, you're kind of kids and you're just messing around and you don't really know what to do, and it doesn't have to be like this is my first real adult relationship. Oh, I'm not in a relationship with him. Okay, I'm not in a relationship with him. Oh my god, this is my first time like adult dating. Like, I mean, I'm seeing him. Like I'm going on a second date with him, so I'd say like we're seeing each other. Definitely not in a relationship by any stretch of the imagination. I've literally met him once, but I think you guys know what I mean. It's like this is my first time like really like getting to know people, going on actual dates, you know, not just going to like, I don't know, like the park or something like that. Not that there's anything wrong with a park date. I would like a park date actually. So for my lid, I took the ColourPop Super Shock shadow in the shade Like a Shot, and just applying that on my lid. I think this is a really pretty gold color, and it makes my brown eyes pop at you. So one of my best friends is actually literally in the same boat as me. Like, we are both single and like learning the rules of like adult dating. So whenever we have like a first date or something, we always FaceTime each other and like hype each other up. I know that she's probably watching this video, so hi Meek. Anyways, it's been really nice to have somebody like who A, knows you so well, and like B, is like going through the same exact like awkward like learning curve experience as you at the same time. So it's been really nice to like have her there. I mean, we both have best friends that are like in relationships, and they can give advice to us about, you know, relationship-y stuff, but they don't really fully understand like the dating app world and like all the nuances that come with it. So it's been awesome just having somebody who like fully understands. Okay, now taking Virgin and going to pop that in my inner corner and on my brow bone as well. And honestly, I feel like I'm way more excited about dating now that like Finance Boy has restored my faith. I feel like I am more confident, like even going out on dates now, like I feel like I would be more comfortable and like confident in doing that. And honestly, he's gotten me excited about just like getting back in the dating game, period, and you know, seeing new people, meeting new people, and all that good stuff. Okay, now taking Gimme Brow and just running this through my brows. This is the classic way I do my brows. Low fuss, but effective. And then to finish off the eye look, I took this purpley brown color and I just kind of softly lined my upper lash line. This has been something I've been really into as of lately. I think it's really pretty, and I just do a very thin line just going across my lashes. I darken it up mostly around the outside half of my eyes, and then I kind of softly bring it into the inner half. So anyways, I do feel like after that date, I am excited to just start getting into dating again and like meeting new people. Like 2 days after the date, I went on to Petal & Pup, which is literally my favorite place to buy clothes right now. I love them so much. They just have like the cutest stuff, and I found out about the store through Ali Fedotowsky, who's a former bachelorette. I love following her on social media, and she was sponsored by them, I mean, a few months ago, and just all the stuff looks so cute. And so for the holidays, I bought a few pieces from them, and they all fit perfectly. I mean, they were so cute and they fit perfectly. I mean, they are so flattering. I think in my past few videos this month, like I have worn a ton of items, like my white turtleneck that I wore in my Get Ready With Me quarantine edition. That was from Petal & Pup, and that's what I wore on the date, actually. Anyways, I went on to Petal & Pup and I was like, I'm gonna order date clothes, because I feel like I don't really have like date clothes. Like I have stuff that I would wear like going out in college, and I have like work clothes, and I have like some sweaters, but I don't really have like something I would be like confident going out in like in the adult world. So I got some new tops and I'm excited about them. And hopefully, I'm really hoping it comes in time for my next date with Finance Boy, because I have this one top in mind that I'm like, I really want to wear this to this bar. So I don't know if you can see what I did there, but I basically just a really soft shadow line just to kind of like bold the eyes a little bit without, you know, making things too dark and shutting my eyes in. I think it's just a nice way to kind of like amp up any eye look. For mascara, I'm going to take the CoverGirl Clump Crusher Mascara as per usual and just apply this on my lashes. Now that I retold the story of Finance Boy, I'm like, I'm thinking about him now, and we just like couldn't stop. We also had like a fair amount to drink, but like we couldn't stop saying throughout the date, like we were like, this was such a good date. We were so surprised. I think we've both been like on bad dates before. Like he was like, I am so shocked, and I was like, I am so shocked too. So we had a great time, and I think I don't know, I think it just feels good to like be wanted by somebody and like hit it off with somebody. It's overall good feelings. Okay, before I put on my lip product, I am of course gonna set my face with the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. And then for lips, I did take the Bobbi Brown lip gloss in the shade Buff. This is a really trusty gloss. I go to this gloss a lot. It's just a really good your lips but better type of shade. But I had to be very strategic about when I apply this because I did take public transportation in, so obviously I was wearing my mask, like walking through the streets of New York City, of course. So like I had to find like an empty corner, like nobody was around. I like whipped off my mask for like a hot minute, applied gloss, and I was like only a few feet away from the bar, but like not in sight of the bar in case he was already there. I was very strategic about it, but I did get my gloss on because I did not want it getting all over my mask, and I didn't. I was very strategic and I was very proud of myself. So this is my finished first date, blind date, hinge date look. I hope you guys like this sort of like chit-chatty video telling you guys like how the date went and everything like that. Maybe if you guys want in the comments, let me know if I'm not like super nervous before the next date with Finance Boy. Maybe I'll film it for you guys. Let me know in the comments if like that would be of interest. But it's super fun to like let you guys into my life in this way and like tell you guys what's going on with like the love life and the boys and all that stuff. So if you like this video, you know the drill. Give it a big thumbs up, comment down below if you like this video, what other videos you want to see from me, and of course subscribe if you're not subscribed. Join the family that we got going on here, honey. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys.